Tune in Monday, Wednesday, or Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time or 5 p.m. UTC Time to watch the Sandstorm stream live here on YouTube or over on Twitch.
Do you want to start with an introduction about you guys?
I'm Khaled, one of the co-founder of Collective and the MTA. We are the people behind the project, the Metaverse Travel Agency. We're all into quest games. That's why we love the Sandbox and the gamification there. So long term, we want to create a game within the Sandbox where the metanauts will get together to defeat, the dystopian evil corporation that will exist in the future. I guess almost a year ago, I got a call from Tino here, and he's like, "Hey, you want to do this crazy project with me? It's called NFTs." I was like, "Yeah, what are those?" I check it out. Oh yeah, art for crypto people. That's my thing. I have cryptos. I like art, so let's start collecting. And then we saw that a lot of projects were very focused on PFP. Profile picture, showing around on social media. And we wanted to do something a bit different. We were like, what if we create something that will live in the metaverse forever, in any metaverse? So we thought about 3D wearables that people will be able to actually use in game. And that's how the MTA was created.
Important for us was to have, identity across borders and platforms, right? A unified identity that can be, used by anybody, any avatar in both metaverses. And these are the two metaverses that we're going to start with. And of course, the idea is to continue expanding on that. And one of the focuses, for example, in Sandbox that we're working, we have a big plot of land, and we're going to develop a gaming experience, a little MTA City. And one of the things that I wanted to focus on regarding, this helmet, and I don't know if you guys saw the trailer, but there is an aspect, there's a button on the side, right, that can allow you to teleport, right? And so I wanted to play with that in-game functionality. So it's not just a static, a piece of clothing, but, an actual utility-driven asset that can give you in-game functionality, right?
And we have about 2,800 owners, and I love the ratio there, we didn't want the collection to be sold out to bots and have like 1,000 people owning 10,000. So I love the fact that the average is 2 helmets per owner. So it you need the community to keep building on and working with. You don't want like passive bots holding the assets. So really happy that the ratio is pretty good there.
So it sounds like you guys are mainly focused on gaming at the moment. It's not really a like a PFP project. It's you mostly making NFTs that are related to gaming inside the Sandbox and Decentraland specifically. Am I right?
Yes, but also there's other activations that are outside of the metaverse, like other features that we're releasing, like for example the quantum machine, which is coming out very, very soon. We're running the last few tests. The quantum machine basically allows any NFT owner to put an NFT on the back of their NFT meta helmet, right? Yeah. So kind of like an NFT within an NFT, which was something that I fantasized with, right? And that's that being one feature which is outside of the activities that go inside of the metaverse, but also other features like, for example, the Meta Forge, that actually was an idea pitched by the community. That when we heard it, we were like, this is freaking brilliant. We love that idea, and we did the whole feasibility analysis on how to carry it out, and it's looking really awesome. And it basically, I'll give you a little rundown what that entails and what it is. So it's basically it's a way for the community to select. For example, I own 3 meta helmets. I can select 2 meta helmets, and I select a base, and then the traits of the other one that I want to see in mine, so that I can select the traits which I want to see in the final helmet that gets forged, and the other helmets that were used during that forge, not the base that you chose, but the helmets that were used to select the traits. Those go to a like a junkyard contract, right? So they are out of circulation. So it actually cuts supply of the collection, and it also allows the community to curate their helmets, right, and the assets that they want to see in the collection. So I thought that that was like really really cool and really unique, and of course, achieving a lower supply of helmets, a curated by the community type, project, which we loved it. And to that element as well, one of the other features that we're going to release in tandem with the Meta Forge is going to be it's a little bit of like DeFi. So you would stake your Meta helmets to have MTA coins. Those MTA coins are going to be used for example, the Meta Forge. So you would have to spend, for example, you select 3 helmets to forge. So for each helmet that you select, you pay X amount of coins to be able to go about it. So and we're gonna create future utility for this coin as well. So yeah, we're excited about that feature specifically. It wasn't our initial conception. It was pitched by the community, and that's why it blew our minds.
And we really like the MTA to be like a community-oriented project, so we always use, even during our own work, we do a lot of scavenger hunts, so, and we actually use people from the community to help us build those hunts. Same with the Metaforge, it was an idea pitched by the community. Like we also we have this plot of land in the Sandbox and we want to build something. We're actually using some architects from our community as well. So we love the fact that we have a community that's active, that's want to participate, and it's kind of a dream come true for us to have the community engaged and help us build this project, because it's, at the end of the day, it's for the community. So
Earlier, you mentioned there was a coin that you can use. Did you mention how holders can accumulate the coin?
Yeah, I mean, through staking of their Meta helmets, they'll be able to accumulate those coins, and those coins, we're not gonna create, a liquidity pool for them. If the community does, or if whoever does, it's outside of our control. But the true purpose for that token, right, it's to allow certain features to activate, right? So, for example, the Meta Forge being one of the first in the future, potentially future collections, or will build in extended utility for people to use that coin to activate certain machines and certain features and participate in certain events and activations. Scavenger hunts are kind of the premise of our gaming component, right?
Yeah.
And to that point, these scavenger hunts that are computer oriented, right, desktop oriented, or online scavenger hunts, we want to take that premise into the metaverse. And we're also, and this is the first time we're going to announce it or say anything about it, we're also planning to do a virtual reality game for Oculus next year, by potentially mid next year.
Oh, wow.
So it's going to basically take that scavenger hunt concept and do it immersive, right? In virtual environments and on Oculus, on virtual reality.
I'm assuming you need to own a helmet to participate in the scavenger hunt. Okay.
Exactly. So the website will check your MetaMask wallet, and you will have to have a Meta helmet in it to participate in this hunt.
Do you guys have any collabs planned for MTA?
I guess it's gonna be the first time we're gonna announce it, actually, but we just closed a partnership with this app called DressX, digital fashion company that work with the high-end brands like Prada, Balenciaga, and everything. And we're bringing the whole Meta helmet collection to the app in Q1. We actually have a Meta helmet there right now if you guys want to check it out. It's basically an AR filter where you can wear your Meta helmet in real life. So
wow.
you can take a picture of yourself with your own Meta helmet.
Yeah.
And showing the community where you are, what you're doing. And the beauty of it is that it's NFT gated. So only you will be able to use your Meta helmet, no one else, so that's a collab we're doing. We're also working on a custom helmet with Boss Logic, who has been a big supporter of us since day one. He's been tweeting about us even before any helmet was existed, so we're doing something with him. And then there's this cool project. They're like our neighbors here in LA that they're launching in December. We'll do a collab with them too. So, but yeah, a lot of collab, and as time goes on, we try our best to find the best people to collab with. So it's within our like DNA to try to expand the MTA by collaborating with brands and artists who are active out there.
Do you guys already have an idea of what you're building inside the sandbox?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're thinking about we're gonna call it the MTA City, and we have a pretty big plot of land, so we're able to actually build like different areas that looks a bit different, and we're very inspired by games like Cyberpunk 77 or like I guess movies around dystopian futures where technology mix with sci-fi and nature, Blade Runner, for example, or even the TVA with Loki. So we're building something similar there, where you have all of those metanauts fighting evil corporations. So we will do quest games within that universe. And as Tino mentioned before, the meta helmets will have features. For example, we want to make the button behind the helmet to be usable to actually teleport yourself to areas you've been before within the city. So like you save a place and you press the button, you get there. Future activation would include, if we release more wearables, like you mentioned, boots that make you jump higher, maybe blaster that make you fight. So the idea is, I love the sandbox because the gamification is amazing there. You can actually have a full-on game within the game. So the idea is to have this MTA City with a bunch of features, games, and we're actually bringing like a gaming consultant to help us build the narrative and how to activate the game and to make it like live forever with like new quests and new games every few weeks or months.
What are the private offices in Decentraland?
Oh, that's awesome. All right. So in Decentraland, we're going to build an HQ, right?
Yeah.
Within that HQ, we're going to have 3 private offices that we're going to give to specific, we're going to randomize the winners, right? But we're going to raffle 3 offices that are going to be NFT gated. And the plan is these offices, first of all, they're going to be without much design, but these people are going to be able to customize them. So they have their own like little workspace, right? In the MTA. So there's going to be 3 lucky winners of 3 NFT gated offices that are only going to be accessible by them. And they're going to have, an input in the look and feel of their offices internally.
I was also reading the roadmap. He said there's an exclusive event in Decentraland. Is that your guys' like scavenger hunt that you were talking about, or is that something else?
No.
The Dressix, right?
Yeah, so basically, Dressix has a store in Decentraland, and we're doing the official partnership event. I think we're aiming for December 15. So right now what we're doing is we are customizing the store with MTA assets, including a promo video using the app to wear a helmet, putting up to 7 DCL ready helmet inside the store. And we will hold this event where we'll invite everyone, announce the partnership, and we're actually going to have a contest prior to that. The contest will be basically send us the craziest AR pictures you can take of yourself somewhere in the world, and we will get the 5 winners to have their own meta helmet in the Dressix app before anyone else, so they can, use it every day, So that's what we're planning for December, and we'll be announcing this on the Discord throughout the week.
Yeah, I was also going to ask, do you have any plans for an exclusive Sandbox event?
Yeah. Thing is, since the Sandbox is not live yet, it's a bit different, right? So, but we are gonna start, I believe, probably by the end of the month, building, the base of the MTA City, or at least the first HQ, and we will do, a pre-launch event there for sure in January. So that's the plan there.
I love projects that kind of go the extra mile in terms of utility, functionality, and innovate in some regard.
Yeah.
Other than the art, which it's important. But I love the utility and the experience that NFTs can provide. That is kind of our major focus.
Thank you for coming on, guys. That was a
Alright,
really
yeah.
good interview.
No,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
pleasure.
Thank
My
you
pleasure.
for having us. Yeah.